And action. Welcome to the Reach for the Clicker podcast. I am your host, Dante, with my hetero life mate, Jay.
What's up?
And we're going to bring you in today on this journey of picking up the remote control and seeing what's on TV and movies and everything else. How you been, man? Been all right?
Man, doing all right. Aside from all this rain, doing awesome.
Rain's good for you. So you should be happy that we get this rain. You know what I mean?
You don't live on a dirt road.
Oh, no, I live in a civilized society, you know, a city.
I live in a civilized society.
You know, drainage and everything.
Yeah.
So. Hey, Mama, them doing all right?
Oh, yeah. Everybody decided to catch COVID out there for some reason.
What?
Don't ask me why. I guess they just thought it was a cool thing to do.
Well, I mean, I guess it is.
Nowadays, I guess, yeah. But anyways.
Oh,
so,
right.
Recent movie I just watched, Wonder Woman 1984.
Loved it.
I loved it too. There were parts, though, that made me go, why?
I think I have an idea what part.
I was just like, huh? Like, don't get me wrong. Pedro Pascal, Mandalorian, love him. 1984, his character is, oh my God, good. I was like, dude. And then Gal got it, and, you know, she's coming through strong. And then, like, I don't know what happened with the writing there.
I don't think they knew how to present Cheetah.
I don't even think it was just that. Like, can we talk about the invisible jet, bro? That was so dumb. That was dumb. Because, like, hold on. Before, she's all just lassoing lightning bolts and flying across. Like, oh, man, look at this shit. And then out of nowhere, oh, we're going to need a jet. And we need to make it invisible. And it's, you know, already fueled up and ready to go at the Smithsonian.
Who has a fueled up jet at a museum?
Just sitting on the line like, hey, here's a jet ready to go.
Like, that's like the worst security ever. Like, oh, yeah, we're just going to leave these fueled up jets. Nobody's going to break into some Smithsonian.
Yeah, no one's going to break in here and just steal a jet. And then it's like, oh, radar. I don't have time to explain. What? It's real easy. It shoots out waves that says, there you are.
It's a big thing that sweeps and says, oh, there's a beep there. Shows the beeps, bleeps, and the sleeps.
Exactly. And I was like, oh, that, I don't know why that just sat so weird with me. And then the whole explanation of how she made it invisible was dumb too.
She concentrated and she concentrated real hard.
Well, no, I'm talking about the way she explained it to him. Like, oh, my dad was always hiding cups, and now I know. Like, who was your dad?
Not Hades. Zeus.
First off, no, Zeus was smashing everything. Okay.
Yes, Zeus smashed everything, including a goat.
I was about to say, he smashed farm animals, all right? Listen, Zeus, the bar to clear for Zeus is not that high.
Hey, you got a breath? I'll take care of that.
Yeah, I got you, fam. Like, what? No, get out of here with that. No.
Did everything. But, you know, so she sat there, made the plane invisible.
Yeah, she just grabs it and is like, invisible.
My biggest complaint about it, like, I love the trip around the world, but you're telling me that they had enough fuel.
Dude, that was going to be my next point. I'm sitting here going, listen, that jet ain't making it across the ocean, all right?
To Egypt. You're flying from D.C. to Egypt.
Whatever that jet is, I want it. Because I'm like, he just went nonstop from D.C. to Egypt in one go.
I'm sitting there like, you're not even going to go through Europe? Like, how are you going to refuel? Like, is she just going to be like, calling my contacts and have a
yo, Hermes, drop down here and get some fuel in this thing.
I know a billionaire in Gotham. Maybe he can swing us a refuel, right. You know?
Hey, Bruce, think you can hook this up?
Wait, she doesn't know Bruce yet, so
no. Bruce is. Wait, how old I don't even know how old Bruce would be in 84. I wasn't even born in 84.
He would have been young. Probably been in his 20s.
What year
30s?
was Bruce Wayne born?
Like 60 something, wasn't it? Like 64?
Thomas Wayne, maybe.
Bruce, well, we can't really track how old Bruce Wayne is. Because, I mean, what? In the 1980, the
Batman
84,
Beyond.
The 84 Batman with Michael Keaton.
Ooh, bat nipples.
No, that was before Bat Nipples.
No, that was before. No, that was before Bat Nipples. I am sorry, you were correct. George Clooney had the Bat Nipples.
Clooney had the nipples.
Clooney had the nipples.
Clooney had it. But Keaton, he was what, 20-something? He was in his late 20s, early 30s. So we keep track, and that was 84, 85, I think, or 88?
Yeah, good point.
So 88, 90. So yeah, he probably would have been in his 20s.
But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I enjoyed Wonder Woman. It was the conversation after 84 where, like me and my girlfriend were just like, I have questions.
I mean, the biggest glaring, okay, Cheetah.
I actually liked the design of Cheetah. I was going to say, I enjoyed that. I thought they did really well with her design.
And they did a good job of taking her from this geek to badass.
The thing, and it was like, oh, we're going to electrocute her. And I'm like, that's the only reason you put Wonder Woman swinging on lightning bolts is to justify that she's electrocuting Cheetah without dying herself. And then Pedro Pascal loses what? Because everybody said, you can have it back. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, I mean, the world's coming to an end.
The world just said, fuck this.
The nukes were falling on the planet, so it was like, you know what? I know my wish.
Oh, that is more shit.
So I'm going to
You're going to tell me how many people are in the world? How many billion people are on planet Earth?
Well, 84, so we're talking about maybe 2 billion.
So 2 billion people, there's not 2 or 3 schmucks out there going, I ain't taking my wish back. Kiss my ass.
He wasn't going to take it back until he saw the nuke coming. He was like, speaking of that, how the hell is everybody getting around?
I don't know.
Like, how is everybody getting around? It made 0 sense.
How did he, it's just like, oh, yeah, you're going to give me this, and now I'm going to go to this special island, and, we're going to broadcast everywhere.
I flew in a helicopter from D.C. to this island.
Unspecified location.
And then came back from this island to D.C. in order to save my kid from nukes. It's like, well, how far is this island? Was it like a 10-minute flight?
Right? Is there some secret island that's like, I don't know, 20 miles offshore that nobody knows about right outside D.C.?
Oh,
don't worry. It's like a 10-minute ferry ride. We got you, bro.
They're just doing, it's an animal conservation island. You know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we got a bunch of penguins and all that stuff on there. It's like,
really? Penguins and 1 cheetah.
I wish there was a penguin on there.
Oh man, that would have been great.
That would be awesome. But no, my biggest thing was, all right, so spoiler alert, when Steve dies,
we've been beyond spoiler alert. Yeah. We should have said, listen, if you haven't seen 84 by now, especially with all the lockdowns and everything going on,
yeah,
you done goofed, all right?
You're just gonna have to take all these spoilers. But my biggest gripe was, okay, Steve dies, she runs down the street, and she jumps, and she flies away.
No, he didn't die.
Well, yeah, he died. He
was already dead.
He left existence again.
Oh God, that just brought up another point.
He left existence, but here, no. So she takes off, right? Mm-hmm. She's sad, she's distraught.
I revoked my wish.
She runs down the street, she jumps, she flies away. And she flies for a good 5 minutes of movie time. Like, movie time, we're looking at her just in the sky, doing barrel rolls.
It was like a game presentation of a friggin' skybox.
And it's like, she's just in the sky. Now, on the ground, we have our villain going from DC to the island, doing the broadcast, cheetahs by his side, broadcast is out, everybody's making the wish. And the whole time, she's been in the sky. There's she doesn't have a cell phone. She's not live streaming, what's going on.
It's 84. There ain't no cell phone. Well, right. I mean, there are cell phones, but they're like the size of a brick.
Wait, so
they're in a bag.
So remember this now. She's been in the sky for a good 5 minutes of, movie time. She's just flying away. And all of a sudden she comes back to her apartment like, I'm going to need this. I'm going to need my wings. So it's like, why? Where are you going? What did you?
Well, she needed the armor.
But she didn't even know where she was going.
I actually did not even think about that. How the hell did she know where that island was?
Exactly. Like, she flew, like, she did not know that this guy...
She needed those wings so she could get her pigeon instincts and home in to the island so she could go there and kick Pedro Pascal's ass.
Right. So it's not like when they was fighting in the White House, he didn't say, hey, I'm going to this undisclosed location. at 186, Triple D Drive, she just like took off. She flew for like 5 minutes.
Now, don't get me wrong. We're not like bashing the movie, saying it's a terrible movie, but there was so much.
There's a big hole there. That was a really big hole.
Those aren't just
there.
big holes. There's tons of those big holes.
That was just a big
like the whole Steve thing. Like she's like, oh, I wish Steve was back, And then all of a sudden this rando dude shows up and is like, I'm going to say some things that's going to make you think about me. Then you're going to want me. Like, what? And then she's like, all I see is you, not the weird middle-aged guy's body that you're inhabiting. And I guess that's how they could get him his screen time in, Chris Pine's screen time. It's like, we're just going to substitute you and pretend like no one notices. Kind of like how they swapped out the character of Rhodey between Iron Man 1 and 2. Like, did you not notice? Did you think no one was going to notice? That's not Don Cheadle anymore? Or that's Don Cheadle now and it's not...
It's not Terrence Howard?
Yeah, we're like...
that's two different shades there.
It's like, not only did you swap them out, but it's like, didn't say anything about it. Just like, we're just going to sneak this in.
It's like the movie Orgasmo. Does anything look after you?
Nah.
No. Okay, keep rolling.
Right? They for real fucking stunt cocked him, dude.
It's like they looked at it like, anything off? Nope. All right, keep filming. Yep, let's keep going. But 84. I loved 84 just because.
Don't get me wrong, it was fun. Yes, and it was more Wonder Woman, and it was fun. I did enjoy it. It was only afterwards, after the suspension of belief, or.
Exactly.
Is over, and I'm sitting there thinking about what I just watched.
That's what it was. You start thinking and you start processing. Like, I feel bad for those YouTubers. They're like, oh, we're looking for every Easter egg and hidden messages and secrets. Like, I know they had to be.
We are the Babby Scrubs of the movie world. We're watching this from like a casual standpoint. We're not trying to be Siskel and Ebert here. We're just like, why did y'all do that?
I'm not looking for extra Easter eggs. Like, if I see it, cool. If not, I'm not going to go frame by frame.
No. I'm not sitting there going, all right, frame number 3,802 to 24. Nope, no Easter eggs here. Let's go on to the next frame. No, I'm not. We're not going to overanalyze stuff like that at all. Like, not even close.
That's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much. I have too much to do. I have way too much to do to be doing that.
It's not just way too much. It's just...
But what do you think about the ending, the super ending?
The super ending?
Yeah.
It was all right.
What?
It's all right.
It's Linda Carter.
Yeah.
It was all right. It's Linda Carter, the first Wonder Woman.
I mean, the
best woman.
That part was awesome, but you got to remember, because that part didn't come till, what was that, the mid-credits, I think?
Yeah.
So, in between that 5 or 10 minutes or whatever it was between that and that, it was kind of like, you remember way back in the day when you go to a bar and you take a girl home and you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh shit.
Why did I do that?
Yeah, it was kind of like that. And then like Linda Carter brought it back and I was kind of like, oh man, Linda Carter, that's awesome. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I just watched Wonder Woman 1984.
Great movie though.
Like, I enjoyed it while I was watching it, but it's not one that I'm probably going to go back and watch again.
I might, just because I'm a huge DC fan. Like, I'm a huge DC fan, so
okay,
I will like, and everybody rewatches the whole Marvel, the whole Marvel one.
Actually, we just did that. Actually, we really did do the whole cinematic universe. Like phase 1 through 4 in order, in timeline order. We just did all of those, and it took us like 4 or 5 days.
All right. Speaking of Marvel, let's roll over to TV shows. You've been watching WandaVision?
Yes.
So, what do you think so far?
So far, I'm in love with it. Like, because it starts off and you're like, what is going on? Like, the first 2 episodes are like, what is going on?
Right?
You're just like, hold on. And then because you're just sitting there watching it and you're like, I have no clue what's going on.
Exactly.
And I want to keep watching. Now, I've discovered that this whole style of storytelling with a TV show like that is that it's one way or the other. There's no in-betweeners on this one. It's either I am so curious that I want to stick around and find out what's going to happen.
Exactly.
Or the other end of the spectrum is this is slow, this sucks, I hate it, I'm going away now.
And that's what I heard.
And it's just the two extremes. There's no in between.
Yeah, and then I heard that from a couple people. I asked them about it. They're like, I didn't even make it through the first one because
it was slow. It was boring. I didn't know what was going on.
I didn't. It just the candid laughter and all that. I'm like, if you keep with it,
yeah, you gotta keep with it. Like, hang on. Like, we're in this one for the long haul,
right?
If you're not a long haul person, like I could sit down and read books. Like I'm reading books right now, and that was not subtle at all.
Sorry, it wasn't even directly to the mic, okay? But
sorry, hold on. But what I was saying though is like I can sit down. Like I like to read books. That's another form of entertainment for me. Like right now, I'm reading Jurassic Park, the first one by Michael Crichton.
Is it frightening in the dark?
Sometimes it is.
Is the dinosaurs roaming wild?
Not yet.
It's not been a crummy weekend yet?
I hate you. but no, like...
Finish your thought.
So I'm reading it, but I won't start on... The difference between like the way I watch and consume like TV or movies is different from the way I consume books. Mm-hmm. Because I'm not going to start another book until I finish this one. Now, I'm trying to finish Jurassic Park because I don't know if you know this, but Ready Player 2 recently came out, the book.
Right.
So I'm trying to finish up Jurassic Park so I can start Ready Player 2. Because Ready Player 1, when it came out, just skyrocketed to the top of like my favorite movies list. Mm-hmm. And because everything about it was done so well and I loved it. And there are, and I know what I'm about to do. I'm about to start the book is so much better. The movie sucked compared to the book. Listen, here's the thing, okay? I'm a book reader. I love books. The books are always going to be better than the movies. Get over it. I'm sorry. That's how it is.
So is book time fun? Book time's great. Is it book time yet? I just can't wait. That's what you're saying?
Shut up.
I just went full Barney on you, dude.
I hate you. But no, like... And I know that crowd's going to come out and they're going to be like, the book is so much better. Yes, I get it. The book's better. Okay, yeah, I like the book better too. But you got to remember, if they try to cram a whole book into a movie...
Ender's Game. Ender's Game.
No, Ender's Game ain't even close. Like, if you try to cram Ready Player One, the novel, into a movie, you're going to have like an 8-hour movie.
So...
Because there's so much attention to detail in the book and things went differently in the book.
Yeah.
In which I'm expecting, like, because they're already working on a screenplay for Ready Player 2. Even though I haven't read the book yet, I've kind of got like an idea, I think, of how they're going to do it. What I think they're going to do is they're going to blend Ready Player 1 and Ready Player 2 together. Kind of like how they did, Save Martha.
Oh, wait.
Why did you say that name?
We're talking about WandaVision, whether you like it or you love it.
Sorry, I went off on a tangent.
You went kind of, left there.
I did go off on a tangent.
As we were marching down the road, you
book people. Okay, I don't know where I went wrong. Book people are in it for the long haul. We can we can sit down for a marathon and wait and see where things are going to go. Mm-hmm. Whereas you've got people like my son who grew up on YouTube and TikTok and everything else, if it's not condensed into 30 seconds, he's not sure what to do with the rest of his life.
Well, yeah. Stupid TikTok. But that would make. But I think if you watching WandaVision, if you stayed with it till, I know when you hit episode 4.
Yeah, episode 4 really started to take off, and you're just like, everything's starting to click now, and you're like, oh man,
yeah.
Now, I don't want to talk about it too much because, spoilers, this just came out. So listen, you had time with 84, okay?
You had time with episode 1 and 2 and 3.
Yeah. We won't spoil 4 for you, but, spoiler alert, Vision's dead.
No! When did this happen? Was this during the time that Wonder Woman was flying and she didn't know anything was happening?
Possible.
I think that's when, yeah.
I want to say it happened in this, it was a smaller film It was not as well known. I think it was called like Endgame or something like that.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, not many people watch that one.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, only the whole freaking world saw that.
Really?
A TV show that we started watching too that you might want to take a look at, and this one's kind of a shout out to my brown coats out there. In case you're not sure what that is, it's for Firefly. All right? Go watch it and then live with the depression.
Okay.
It's got Alan Tudyk in it, and it's about an alien who crash lands on Earth and is trying to blend in with humans, and he's a doctor.
Alan Tudyk is the alien.
Yeah.
I know this is going to be fun.
Yes, mostly because me personally, I love him as an actor.
What channel is it on?
Sci-Fi.
All right. So we already know it's going to be fun because Sci-Fi Channel has fun with their shows. I mean, secondly, have you not seen Doom Patrol with Alan Tudyk?
Yes.
And have you seen the NBC show? It was like a Super. It was called Super. It was on NBC.
I did not see that one.
And it was about Alan Tudyk was Batman's cousin.
What?
He's a cousin Wayne who's running Wayne Enterprises across the river from Gotham. And what they do is they try to come up. They basically run R&D on how to make products for everyday people in a world full of superheroes. And what was going on is, they had like the dude from.
Here's my
Community.
question: how do you roll up like, I'm Bruce Wayne's cousin?
Exactly how you said it. Exactly how you said it. So it starred Ahmed from Community. It had Ron Funches.
Okay, I love Ron Funches.
And it had Vanessa Higgins, Hudgens, the girl from High School Musical.
I never saw that.
I hate to say it from High School Musical because she's done so many things. But Vanessa Hudgens,
it wasn't up my alley. I never even liked
either. I mean, I watch a lot of Disney shows, but
feel like you've seen it.
No, I've not. I only know like 3 people from there. That's Vanessa, Corbin Blue, what happened to him, and of course Zac Efron.
You watched it for Zac Efron.
I did not watch it for Zac Efron.
I would have watched it for Zac Efron.
I probably would have watched it for Corbin Blue because I was like, yo, represented. But, I digress. So the show was about Vanessa Hudgens. She's like running this R&D. They're trying to come up with these inventions to make everyday people's life safer as they traverse, Metropolis or Gotham or, Central City. And, there's always super villains and blowing stuff up. They're trying not to get killed. So Alan Tudyk was a Wayne. He was Bruce Wayne's cousin who,
So wait, is he like a billionaire too?
He's a millionaire.
Oh, so he's like... He's kind of down there low on the family hierarchy.
Right.
He's only a millionaire.
Bruce won't let him back into the main Wayne Industry building. He's like,
God.
No, you got to earn your way back. He can't even sit on the board.
Here's the thing. I will give Bruce that. He's like, yo, I ain't giving out handouts here to no millionaires. You got to work your way up. Kind of like how Drake worked up from a millionaire to a bigger millionaire, Started from the bottom, now you're here.
Right. So knowing Alan Tudyk's track record, I already know that this show you're talking about, Alien Resident, gotta be funny.
See, now you've never seen Firefly, have you?
I have not.
All right, so Firefly is kind of like a blast from the past. It was made by Joss Whedon.
Mm-hmm. Heard that name before?
Yeah, he did Buffy and a bunch of Marvel stuff now.
Yeah, and screwed up the Justice League movie.
Well, there was a lot screwed up with that movie.
No. That was all him.
Well, but anyways, it's on. I want to say it's on Netflix right now. Mm-hmm. So Firefly kind of got a raw deal. All right. I want to say it originally aired on Fox back in like 2003 or 4 or something. I don't know. You can look it up real quick. But so it got its start, right? But it didn't air like the pilot first. They like Fox took, or I forget who it was. I don't know if it's just Firefly.
I don't know why I looked up Firefly Lane.
I don't know where you got that from.
I just put Firefly.
But So they aired it, but they aired it out of order. So like nobody knew what was going on. Like once you look at the cast, you're going to see a lot of familiar faces in there. They aired it out of order. They were like, oh, it's not just banging out. It's not oops, all bangers. So they were like, we're just going to stop and we're going to cancel you real quick. Well, little did they know what happened was it got like a cult following. Mm-hmm. And this almost never happens. They got a movie with the original cast, and it's called Serenity. So you're going to watch Firefly, and you're going to fall in love with it. It's amazing. It's a space spaghetti western.
A space spaghetti western. Okay.
Yes. And then it got canceled, so you got to live with that crippling depression, the fact that there's not going to be any more of those, but then you get a movie. And the movie ties it up real nice. A little bow.
Okay, so it does have an ending.
Yes, it does have an ending.
Okay, all right. Speaking of Firefly, the other TV show that I'm currently loving is The Rookie with Nathan Fillion.
Yes, he was Mal in Firefly. That was like when you showed me The Rookie when I was at your house a few weeks ago. I was like, Nathan Fillion, I'm going to watch that.
Dude, Rookie is so good.
It is.
It really is.
I want to say we're about 5 episodes in.
So I'm caught up real time.
On the first season?
I'm caught up real time.
I am not, so don't spoil nothing.
I'm not going to spoil
because you're within arm's reach.
I'm not going to spoil anything for you. Everybody else, See what, you're at 5 episodes in, so.
I want to say it's like 5 episodes in. Yeah, if they're watching this and they watch The Rookie and they're not where I'm at, you're screwed, all right? Because I'm going to talk about these first few episodes.
So I would sit there and say The Rookie has been really great. Nathan Fillion has been great. I'm a huge fan of it. The cast so far have been so fun.
Do you ever find yourself calling him Nathan Drake?
No.
Because I know he's the voice of Nathan Drake, right?
Oh, yeah. But I always call him Nathan Fillion because of the great show on Netflix called Big Mouth.
Big Mouth?
Big Mouth. Have you not seen that show?
I have not seen that. I've seen, I know so of the show, and I want to say I watched like the first episode of it, and I'm sitting there kind of going, maybe. I might have to give this a try when my plate's not so full, like late at night when no one's around and nobody knows I'm watching it.
No, you should watch it out loud on loud, surround sound.
Is Nathan Fillion in it?
No, he's referred to a lot by one of the characters.
Really?
So there's a character missing. So the whole premise of Big Mouth is it's about kids going from kids to teen. They're going through puberty. It's all about puberty.
We've been there.
Right. So one of the characters, Missy, she has the most world's gigantic crush on Nathan Fillion. And she always says, "Oh,
Nathan Can you blame her? Look at that dude's jawline."
I mean, that is a serious jawline.
Exactly.
I think it's like, I even stand back
like if I had a jaw like that, you think I'd be in here?
So, but the show is about kids going through puberty, and Missy, she's a huge Nathan Fillion fan, so she's always, "Oh, Nathan Fillion." He pops up even in the show like, "Missy, I love you so much. What do you want me to do?"
Is it him actually doing the voice?
He actually voices.
Oh, that's amazing.
That would makes it even more great because she's like having like these wild imaginations. She's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a space captain as the president of the United States, and Nathan Fillion's my lover / cabana boy." It's like, what?
That's amazing.
You're like, what is going on? And of course, Nathan Fillion pops up. He's like, "Missy, you're like the greatest woman in the galaxy. Can I get you a fresh drink?" "Oh, Nathan Fillion, you can, yes."
Oh my god.
It's like, it is so fun. The show is so fun with, Missy and Nathan Fillion. But you have to watch it because it stars Nick Kroll and John Mulaney.
Okay.
So you already know those two are just going to be zany as crazy.
Nick Kroll alone, because I remember watching the Nick Kroll show.
Oh, yeah.
And that was fun.
Dude, I want to say he voices about like 3 or 4 people in that show. So not only you have Nick Kroll in it, you have John Mulaney, you have what's her name? She on Saturday Night Live. She's doing Kamala Harris right now. What's her name?
Oh, I can't remember.
I can't remember her name.
You literally have a computer right there.
I'm looking her up. I didn't know. I'm trying to do this. Off the top.
I know that you and I are in our mid-30s now. Well, you're older than me. But we have this thing called the internet. And it's wonderful. You can find out so much information on it.
Maya Rudolph.
Oh, okay.
All right. So you got Maya Rudolph, you got Fred Armisen, Jason Moustakis, a.k.a. Ralphie from The League. He'll always be Ralphie. I don't care whatever else he stars in. I will always look at him and be like, yo, Ralphie's in this? Bet.
Nice.
But another one is to do with the deep voice. They don't show him on here. Fred Armisen. Jordan Peele was also in it.
Oh, okay.
I really don't see his name. Paul Scheer is in this. Anyway, Big Mouth is so raunchy, but it's funny and it hits all the. Because
I want to say I watched like the first 2 episodes of it, and it reminded me a lot of like back in the day. You remember the shows like Drawn Together.
Drawn Together.
There was another space one that was real raunchy like that too. I think it was called Trip in the Rift. Yeah, Trip in the Rift.
Whoa. Way to pull that one out.
Yeah, actually, I want to say it was like last year. I pulled that one out and I was like, let me see if this like kind of holds up. It doesn't.
It doesn't. Oh, man.
It really doesn't.
The CG
is
in that
so
one.
bad. Like, I'm sitting there going,
CG.
how did I watch this back then?
It's 3D rendering, and you got to remember, it came on UPN.
Yeah.
So,
we're like, crap. Was that really on UPN?
It was on UPN.
I couldn't even remember.
It was a, I want to say like a Wednesday show. It was either a Wednesday or a Tuesday show. It was like a Tuesday show because it was it came on during when no black shows were on. So I'm gonna be real with you. UPN used to be like the Urban People Network, which was, I mean, they had some badass shows on there. You had Moesha, you had One on One, you had Homeboys in Outer Space, which that was the title of it. Ed and Eddie, with Malcolm and Eddie, not Ed and Eddie, Malcolm and Eddie.
I'll say Ed and Eddie was a cartoon on Cartoon Network there, my guy, when we were in high school.
No, you had Malcolm and Eddie.
And now I'm dating us.
You had Eddie Griffin and Malcolm Jamal Warner. So this was like Malcolm Jamal Warner's big role outside of Cosby.
Right.
So this was him being, I'm an adult, I'm out here doing my thing type deal. You had Eddie Griffin. This is like before his... Like, he was a comedian. He was always a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
But this was really brought him into people's home, Mm-hmm. Eddie Griffin at the time was like, if you went to the comedy club, you knew Eddie Griffin.
Right.
You saw a movie or two with him, you're like, oh, there's Eddie Griffin. But this was like in your show. He was like in your home every week, and he was being funny. And you got to pull out the voices and stuff. But Tripping the Riff was during that lineup.
That's a real throwback, man. Because I was actually doing some cleaning up, and I actually found a box set of DVDs of like the first season. And I'm like, why do I have this? Let me try to watch this again. And then I'm like, oh God, this is bad. This is so bad. Why did I buy this? Have you ever done that? You bought something, then you go back and you try to rewatch it later or something like that, and you're like, oh.
All the time. All the time. Currently my favorite right now, I will stand to it. I would say this is the best purchase I ever had.
Okay.
I will stick with it. V.I.P. starring Pamela Anderson Lee.
Wait, no. I'm thinking of the cartoon Stripperella.
No. So Pamela Anderson Lee at the time, she had a show on the USA Network.
I think I remember this. Hold on. Wasn't she like some kind of secret agent or spy or bodyguard? Bodyguard. That's what it was. Oh, that show was bad.
That show is... Okay, it was bad.
No, it was terrible.
It was a great Saturday afternoon TV show.
No. At the time, it was terrible.
No, it was great for the time frame that it was on. It came on the USA Network at 6 p.m. It came on after
you want to know why?
And it came on after Hercules.
No, you want to know why they had that on there? It's because Fast and the Furious hadn't been made yet, so USA didn't have anything to put there.
V.I.P. to this day, I still watch it. I'm like,
wait, do you actually own that on DVD?
I have like 3 seasons on DVD.
There were 3 seasons of that dumpster fire?
It was like 5. I want to say like 5 seasons.
Are you messing with me right now?
I'm not messing with you.
Because I know there was like 2 seasons of Trip in the Rift, and that was bad.
Dude, that show was just terrible.
It was terrible on multiple levels. And I'm thinking like I bought it way back then because like I had that immature. I mean, I still have a pretty immature mindset, but back then it was really immature and it spoke to that. You know,
wait a minute. It says
that 10-year-old child that's like, I can say poopy.
You know, they sit there and said that Stephen Root was Chode on Trip in a Rib. Mm-hmm. I swear that was Jason Alexander.
I thought it was too.
I really thought it was Jason Alexander, but they're like, no, Stephen Root was Chode. I'm like,
wow.
I really need to reevaluate everything in my life. Unless, Jason Alexander went on here to IMDb and was like, yo, don't credit me for this crap.
All right, so before we start getting on to like our next segment here and stuff that we got going on, I have a personal question to ask you.
Okay.
How and are they going to make another Star Trek?
Well, depends on what time frame that you're going to do.
Because,
I mean, right now you have what? You got the original series timeline.
No, I'm talking about movie. Sorry.
Yeah. But that's what I'm talking about.
With Chris Pine and...
Where in the timeline are you trying to do?
We
already know
we can't go back.
All right, so we already know that the movie is
because
a different
unfortunately,
timeline.
What's his name? The kid. He unfortunately passed.
Oh yeah, the one who plays Anton.
Yeah. And I was so sad because you know me, I wasn't like a big Trekkie, not like you.
I am.
Yeah, I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. Go Star Wars all day. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight in a parking lot.
Anyway,
remember you got to ride home with me.
You know what? I'll take that risk.
But anyways, so I actually watched the new movies. Mm-hmm. Well, I say new, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed them. I am not ashamed to admit that I actually really enjoyed that. What was it? 3 of them, I think? Or
2.
4? No, there was 3.
There was 2.
Look it up. There was 3. Because you had Star Trek, then you had, what was it?
Like
Star
Into
Trek,
the Darkness.
Into the Darkness, and then there was a 3rd one.
I don't think there was. I'm pretty sure there wasn't. I'm pretty sure there wasn't. There was only 2. Because what are the 3? There wasn't. Still had Nemesis, 2002, Into Darkness,
and then Beyond. Eat it. And you're the Trekkie.
We're talking about the 3 with Chris Pine.
Yeah.
There's only 2 with Chris Pine. Into the Darkness and Beyond.
Who was in the first one then?
That was Picard. It was Jean-Luc Picard and
then I haven't seen Nemesis. Yeah. Which by the way, Picard, that's my girl's favorite captain.
Go back over there to that galaxy far, far away.
I will, because we have space wizards that would crush the Borg with their mind.
Would they? Would they? Didn't you have like somebody?
They would crush it like it was a beer can.
Would they? And they can't even crush Vader.
Stop it! I know what you're trying to do.
I wasn't going to say my key word anytime I say Star Wars. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to code that back for a later argument.
Do not make me invoke Kevin Smith right now.
Back to the Star Trek question. So. If there are, there's been talks about, what's his name? Quentin Tarantino actually writing a new Star Trek movie, which I would definitely watch.
What, are we going to have space vampires?
No. If we're talking about
space zombies?
If we're talking about Quentin Tarantino and if you're talking about Quentin Tarantino with Captain James T. Kirk, Captain Kirk's smashing in that movie. He's going to smash at least 3 times in that movie. At least.
He's going to get a space STD.
He is at least. And then Bones is going to be drunk half the time.
Yeah. Is it going to be, what's his name? The actor that plays Bones and the 2 new ones.
Like Billy something. Not Billy something.
No, because he's also in The Boys.
Yeah, it's like, I want to call him what's his name? It's like Henry something. Not Henry.
No. Because I love him because it's weird hearing him with like that kind of Southern accent. I don't know what kind of accent that is he's trying to do. It kind of sounds...
Carl Urban.
Yeah, Carl Urban is trying to do like a Southern accent in that movie, and it's kind of weird. Like, did you see Judge Dredd?
Yes.
I loved it.
Yes.
but he doesn't do like a whole lot of talking, so it's like cool.
Yeah.
And then in The Boys, he's just using like his accent.
Yeah.
And speaking of accent, this brings us on to what are we calling this? The actor spotlight or
all right, we're gonna call this the legacy.
The legacy.
The legacy.
Okay.
So ladies and gentlemen, we do a section called the legacy where we discuss either an actor, actresses, or a show or movie's cast legacy, how it stands up over time.
You know, I just realized.
What's that?
I didn't print out and bring in the sheet that I wrote for this.
Ooh, so you got to go off the top.
Yeah.
So what legacy are you trying to do?
So the legacy that I'm doing, and I just watched another one of his movies last night, in fact, is Gary Oldman. Now, you cannot convince me that Gary Oldman is literally just in every movie. We just don't know it because he changes his face in every movie. And also, I don't know if you've ever noticed this about him. Mm-hmm. His accents are actually really good. Like, he has a different accent in almost every... Like, if it's not a British movie, because you know he's British.
Yeah.
And if it's not a British movie, wherever, like, his character's nationality is, he does such a good accent for it.
All right. Sell me on him. Sell me his legacy. Tell me why he's one of the greatest actors or actresses in the...
Oh, I can do it with one movie.
Okay.
The Fifth Element. Okay.
Kind of.
Here's the thing.
Here.
All right.
Using a cheat code here.
Yes, it's a cheesy movie.
It's not
well, no, by today's standards, a lot of people look down on The Fifth Element, and I don't know why. It's one of those movies that I really love. But Gary Oldman, the villain he does in it, he kind of goes like over the top with it. And not over the top in a bad way, but over the top in a good way where you're just kind of like, oh my God, I love this guy.
Come in.
Because he was Zorg in the movie. And he had this like weird southern drawl that was like really kind of drawn out.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like it was, and it was done on purpose, you know, because it's the future and accents, you know, change as time goes on. So I could see where they were going with it, but it was done in such a way that you're like, I know it's not. I feel like it's not supposed to be funny, but it's funny.
But he was great. I will admit, he was great in that movie.
He was amazing.
That movie was great. But you know.
So now, the movie I watched last night with him in it was Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, which is a spy movie, but it's not like spy movie. Like everybody today has been conditioned that spy movies are like James Bond and action packed, and it's just shootouts and blah 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 blah. I think I saw a gun 3 times in that whole movie. This is like more traditional cloak and dagger spy movie.
Look, in Bond's defense, his movies were always, you know, a lot of sneaking around and occasional knock somebody out or kill a villain, kill a henchman here and there.
Well, no, and you know, I'm a big James Bond fan. Even back then, though, there was always somewhere in the movie this big shootout in the evil lair. And, you know, oh, man, explosions make Michael Bay happy.
Yeah, you know, and Bond was dealing with real-world super villains, you know, just basically super rich people.
Well, this one is based in the Cold War. So, like, it's based on, like, a real war with real superpowers that could almost annihilate each other. But Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy it's more cloak and dagger, subtle spy movie. And if you're into like the old school cloak and dagger movies like that, then you're going to love it. Because it is good.
All right. So we got to talk about his big role, though.
Okay.
Commissioner Gordon.
I did not know you were going to go there.
So,
you know, in the first movie, I didn't realize that was Gary Oldman until the end credits.
I'm with you on that one.
That's why I'm saying he's in every movie. We just don't know it because he changes his look every time.
You know what else he was in? I bet you didn't know.
What?
Kung Fu Panda 2.
Wait, seriously?
Yes.
Who was he in Kung Fu Panda 2?
He was Shin in Kung Fu Panda 2. Whoa. I did not know this, that he was in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And Deathly Hallows.
Because I actually wrote that into the thing that I planned on bringing and completely forgot because I'm dumb. I wanted to include the Potterheads. You know, like Gary Oldman, he was in Harry Potter. Whoop-de-doo, Harry Potter. Let's move on.
Harry Potter was a great movie. Well, a great series. Like, I didn't read the books because,
Neither did I.
I read comics. I don't like reading books too many times.
I know. You don't like books without pictures.
I mean, that's what drives the imagination is pictures, not words.
Imagination drives the imagination.
No. Pictures do. Anyway.
Okay. Anyways.
But I never read the Harry Potter books, but I enjoyed the movies, and I was like, these movies are pretty fantastic,
So have you seen Killers Anonymous?
I have not.
It came out in 2019, and it is brilliant.
Killers Anonymous.
Yes. Okay, so you know how like you have like Alcoholics Anonymous,
Yeah.
and things like that. Mm-hmm. Well, it's similar because you have these guys that are like assassins and murderers, and they kind of show up, and they have a meeting.
Really?
Yeah, and Gary Oldman plays this character who's kind of like the organizer for these meetings.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. This sounds interesting. I really kind of want to see this now.
Yeah, like here, I'll read you the synopsis or I guess the.
Yeah,
I'm just going to read you the thing here that it says.
Synopsis is right.
Yeah. A support group of killers is held regularly. The participants sit in a circle and trust and share each other's transgressions.
Yeah.
Like there was a scene where this guy's sitting there. He goes, I saw this lady in the grocery store and I wanted to kill her and I could have killed her, but I didn't. But I thought about my hands around her neck and just strangling the life out of her. And I'm like, bravo, good for you. You did great by not killing the random person, Yeah. But I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to spoil it for you. But I feel as though you should watch it, and I think you will enjoy it.
I kind of
because it makes you think.
This story sounds pretty. I kind of want to see this now.
It's really good. I found it on accident while I was doing my research, and I'm like, Killers Anonymous, what is this? And I was like, and so I grabbed my girl, and we make some popcorn and Skittles because she can't eat popcorn without Skittles. I don't know.
Weird people who put stuff in popcorn.
That's her. That's her. That's her. Not me. Her. Anyways, I know she's going to listen to this later and punch me when I get home, but
totally worth it.
No, it's not. Stop encouraging her. You know better. But
popcorn should be eaten naturally. With tons of butter.
That's what I said.
Maybe some of those Parmesan, that cheese stuff.
The little salty things, the shaker things.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called.
But who puts candy in it? You got to deal with Skittles. I got to deal with.
What does your girl do? What does your wife do?
She does Reese's Pieces.
No.
Yeah.
See, you talk about my girl. What kind of psychopath puts Reese's Pieces in freaking popcorn?
A smart one that gets their own bag.
You're right there.
It's like, I want to get some popcorn. Yeah, let me go ahead and just make a second bag here.
Like I say, if you look at it, Gary Oldman's been in, I want to say it's over 100, how many was it?
106.
Yeah, 106 movies. Just movies. That's not even going into like the things he's done as a producer, soundtrack, director, writer, all that. Cinematography, like everything. He's been in the camera department.
He's even, he's also been in video games too, right?
Yes.
Spyro.
Yep.
I saw that like, Spyro? Really?
Yeah, he's literally in everything.
All right.
He's probably in this podcast right now and we just don't know it because he's disguised as a microphone or some shit.
You know what? This probably is him right there.
There is an extra microphone in here. You can't see it, but there is an extra microphone. And I got $1 says that might be Gary Oldman.
It might be. Get podcast. Do we have to pay him? I don't think we can afford to pay him.
No, we're poor.
We afford to pay him. All right. So, since you say that Gary Oldman's one of the greatest people, I'm gonna give you 4 options.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you 4 levels of greatness.
I don't have my pen on me. That's weird.
So, first level of greatness is Meryl Streep level of greatness. Mm-hmm. I mean, everything Meryl Streep has been in has been absolutely amazing.
Okay.
Second level of greatness, Nick Cage. Nicolas Cage greatness.
Are we really doing Nick Cage?
Oh yeah.
Not the bees. But anyways, I digress. Please continue.
Nicolas Cage greatness is you love everything he's in, and you always look forward to more whatever he's in.
Yeah, he's crazy but diverse.
Right.
But he's like legitimate crazy.
Or is it Adam Sadler type of legacy? Stuff that you like him, but you don't want to admit out loud that you watched all his stuff. Like, Adam Sandler has those movies like, yeah, I like some of this stuff that you don't want to admit.
Like, if you talk about like
Jack
the old stuff, like Happy Gilmore or, any of the older films,
Big
it's like,
Daddies,
no, that's fine, But then you talk about like Ridiculous Six and you're like, I didn't watch that.
And Jack and Jill and all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, I see where you're going.
And then our last level of greatness is Jamie Kennedy level of greatness, which is, I hate to say it, ladies and gentlemen, it's not that great. If you know who Jamie Kennedy is, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Jamie Kennedy is, don't waste your time looking it up.
Yeah, don't listen. I know I just went on a thing earlier about how Google's great and we can look up everything. Don't look up anything of that.
I'm sorry, Jamie Kennedy. If you hear this, Jamie Kennedy, I'm sorry.
We love you. Come on our show.
I just can't give you $20 for a movie starring you in it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's not happening. I'm sorry.
So for me, like me personally, going through his work and watching a lot of his movies, he's on Streep Award with me. Like everything he's in, straight banger.
What?
Amazing.
I have to strongly disagree with you, Mr.
Okay.
I'm gonna put him in the Nick Cage.
Okay.
Category.
He is very diverse.
He's super diverse. Like,
yeah,
you see him, you're like, oh, snap, that's, Gary Oldman.
Yeah, it's like I went to before, like, one, you don't realize it's him because he changes his appearance, and two, he actually does accents really well, unlike certain people who may or may not have played in a Robin Hood movie.
I can speak with an English accent.
Exactly. Not him, the other one.
Oh, no. Was it Costner?
It was Costner.
It was Costner.
That was bad.
Yeah, bad. But no, but at the end of the day, I mean...
Don't get me wrong. I like Kevin Costner.
I think we need to bring a third person in on this one to try to break this. Because I think he's a Nick Cage level type of actor, and you think he's a Meryl Streep level type of actor. And
I have not seen a movie where I've been, not thoroughly entertained.
You know what? I think we need to take this debate offline. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here at Reaching for the Clicker. Thank you for grabbing your remote, taking this journey with us, and follow us next time as we go deeper down the rabbit hole. Goodbye.
Bye.